Welcome everybody, Sarah Jane here for a reformer tone. For this session, pop your PPE on. I'm in my home studio just now, so it's only me that uses this machine. So I don't need any PPE, but you'll have yours if you're doing this in the studio with us, if you're doing a replay session. If you're doing this at home, then you're on your own reformers, so just don't put PPE on. You're going to need a set of hand weights. So if you're in TYP Studio in Glasgow, they will be in the Pilates playroom. So go and locate a set of hand weights. So if you're moving around the studio, please put your mask on to go get them. So go and organise yourself just now with that. Also get your reformer ready with 4 springs. If you're doing this at home, then you want to have on a heavy spring for starting for this one. Headrest can either be up or down depending on your requirements. If you want, if you struggle with core engagement or you have forward head posture, then you might find that having your headrest up is something that you need. Perfect, right, we're all good to start. So have your hand weights just handy. Let's lie yourself down, get yourself set up on the reformer. So you want to have feet hip width. You're not all squinty. Toes on bar to start with, shoulders back and down. Take an inhale breath. Exhale, push away. Heels are lifted. Control it in. And again. Keep that going. Come on to the arches of the feet and give me 6 presses out from there, bringing your toes towards your shins. Keep going with that. I'm just going to change my spring. Just making a bit of noise there. Keep going. And then come onto your heels. So toes towards the shins again, pushing out, controlling your carriage in, controlling it in, drawing that belly button in, keeping your hips nice and level. Now we're going to stay onto the heels, bring your carriage in to that sweet spot where you feel your quadriceps contracting. I want you to really squeeze your buttocks, put your hands on your bum if you feel that you're not sure that they're contracting. So just feel that they are contracting. Then lift your right leg up, off, and feel all that load now on that left side. I want you to just tease that out there. So just a little tease. So you feel that load loading up that left side. Keep that going. And some of you may find it's already starting and it's too much. Then just drop out. Hold it still. Change. Right heel down. Left leg up. And pulse. And you want to have that nice plantar flex through the left foot, through the toe. And then from here, you've got this control in that right side. So really squeezing through that buttock. We've got that glute engagement here as we do this. Feeling that firing, that lovely burn on the quads. Let's change tact a little bit here. Bring your carriage in. Come into your first position. Shoulders back and down. Inhale. Exhale. Push. Drawing up. Controlling it in. Drawing up. Controlling in. Squeezing through the buttocks as we do this. So you're really drawing up and closing the legs. One more here. Go wide on the bar. Inhale, exhale, push, control. Toes are towards your shins, still keeping your posture good, nice natural curve of your spine. Shoulders are back and down. Toes are towards the shins. We are controlled through our movement. 2 more. Last one. Bring your carriage into the stroppers. Pop your toes onto the bar, shoulders back and down. Extend the legs. Then allow the heels to go under the bar into your tendon stretch. So do your double to start off with. Excellent. And then from there, pedal it out. So go into your pedaling of the feet, like so. Whew. Just feel that really working from here, bring your carriage in, pop your headrest down if you have it up. We're coming into bridge. So shuffle your shoulders away from the shoulder rest so you're not completely hunched up to it. Try not to hold on to the sides here. You're going to try and not move your carriage. Keep your carriage still. You're inhaling, exhaling, tilting the pelvis, slowly bringing yourself up. Inhale at the top, exhale, bring your spine back down. So I want you to play with this a little bit on this. So you're just peeling the spine up, off, and then inhaling, exhaling, bringing it back down. Now, those of you that want to advance this, what you could do is do this fully with one leg lifted. Give it a try, see what happens. You might find the opposite leg cramps up. That's fine. Then just bring it back down. So do a couple on one side, then do a couple on the other side if you so wish. Trying to keep your carriage still all the way through this, but really articulating your spine, lifting up, really getting that full hip extension. Many of us don't get up high enough. We want to go so high that we're not loading the neck though. And then bring that down. Bring your hands just to the side of your carriage and just rock your legs side to side. Just release through your lower back. Right, we're going into some pain points now. So what I'd like you to do, sit yourself up. And from here, we're going to take off all of your springs. Yes, all of them. And then this metal bar, take it out. Put it to the side of your machine. So just put it to the side. Know that it's there. And be very aware that your carriage is now not getting any springs in it. So just be careful. Don't do anything too wild. Get your feet, and in your reformer as much as you can, get your legs, get your feet as close as you can. Now, if you're on one of our reformers in TYPP, then I want you to put your feet right through that central part and push the outside of your feet against it, keeping your big toe, so the ball of your foot, the small toe, the kind of ball of that one, your fifth, and then your heel bone, almost in what's called a tripod stance. So those 3 points are touching the ground. You're then going to try and keep your feet touching the ground. You're going to lie down, okay? And you're going to squeeze your bottom. Now, hips are nice and level. And all I want you to do is, keeping in that tripod stance, bring your carriage forwards and backwards. Don't allow your feet to lift off the carriage. So you've got that little ball, so your fifth digit, your little toe, the ball of that bone. And then your big toe, okay, so the big ball of your foot, and then your heel bone, okay, your calcaneus, should all be in contact. Now, if you can, squeeze your buttocks and lift your bum off the carriage. Oh. So do it with your bum lifted, okay? How are we finding that? Blooming awful, isn't it? Now, if you want to make this harder, you can. We'll show you in a second. But let's just stay there. Who's getting cramp? Are you managing to keep your feet in that tripod stance? Or are you rolling out? Or are you rolling in? And then release that down. Put your right foot onto the bar. Okay, so right foot onto the bar. Your left foot is again in that tripod stance. And I want you to just push and lift slightly, lift your bum slightly off the mat, and move only with that left side. So only with your left side, okay? And really just feel that left thigh and hamstring engaging there. Buttocks, hamstrings, try and keep your hips level. Try not to push too much down on the right foot, the one that's on the bar, but it's there as a little bit of a cheat. If you want to work harder, the foot wouldn't be in the bar at all. Woohoo! Have cramp. Okay, so change legs, do the same on the other side. So if you want to work harder, you'd basically just not have the foot on the bar. You would essentially just remove that. So you want to have your bum slightly lifted, slightly. This is not a big lift, okay? And even if you can't get your bum lifted, you want to be initiating the lift. So trying to think, can I just even get up a little bit? And then can you move like this with that leg hovering? Oh my goodness. How are you feeling? I bet it's burning. Okay. And then release that off. Give it a little shake out. Thank goodness that's over. So hamstrings galore there. Sit yourself up, put your metal bar in. Your metal bar always goes onto the middle rung. So if you're in one of our reformers, it always goes onto the middle rung. That means it's not playing ball here today. There we are. So it goes into the middle rung. And then put on one yellow, and if you're in the studio, one yellow and one red. If you're at home, you want a fairly light spring, not too ridiculously heavy, but heavy enough that you've got something to it. You're going to go into legs and straps. So lie yourself down onto your carriage now and pick your straps up. Now, if you've got your PPE on, you'll find that your straps fall into your wheel. So just kind of put the long loops over the hooks. You'll get a better experience picking them up. So legs and straps. I'm sure you'll thank me for this after all that. Your headrest should be down if you didn't have it down, but it should be down anyway. We told you to put it down a few exercises ago. Shoulders back and down. And I want you to just, let's get a little feel for this. So let's release the hamstrings. So we're taking the legs back and forth. Oh, who's needed this today? So you get into leg circles. Now, what I like to do is almost imagine a snowman. You're going to draw an air snowman. So imagine the snowman's got a little head. So you're drawing a little head. Then he's got a medium-sized body. And then he's got a big bum. So a big snowman. And then you do a head. You do a body. You do a bum. So little ball, medium ball, big ball. Got it? So you're just visualizing that snowman, and just make sure as you do this that you're not locking your knees out, that your hips are nice and level. Right, go the opposite direction. So do a little head. It's almost like drawing an upside down snowman, right? So his head's at the bottom. So you're doing a little circle down at the bottom, then you're doing a medium circle, then you're doing a big circle. So bring it down, little head, medium body, big butt. Bring it down, head, body, and bottom. Yes, take it into your frogs, heels together, push that out. So you want to keep the heels together if you struggle with this. That's just showing a little bit of lack of that pelvic stability, primarily your adductors. So just working it. Don't get annoyed, get determined. Pushing it out. Now we're going into short spine, so double check headrest is down. We're looking after those necks. Shuffle your shoulders away from your shoulder rest. You're going to need some space there. So then we're going down, inhale, and as we exhale, we just take the legs up and over. Up we go. Bend the knees, roll it down. Inhale, exhale, up, bend, roll down. Inhale. Exhale up. Close the springs when you bend the knees. Control it down. So you can take this at your own time. I'm digging this today. Yeah. Whew. This is a tone class, guys, so it's a little bit faster. Ease that off and rock it out. Okay. Good job. Take your legs out of straps. Pop them over. Okay. And let's come and let's kill. Let's do some toning. So what I want you to do, come and kneel on your carriage. So I want you to double check that your bar is screwed in properly. Look at mine, that wasn't screwed in properly. Tut tut, SJ. Right, so always give that a wee check so that you don't go flying. That's never a good thing. So shouldn't jiggle about too much. If you're at home, you'll know your own machine. Put your right foot forwards onto your foot plate, your left foot. Let's have it just now at the shoulder rest, but it can go through the centre if need be. And then I want you to just start to come down, opening up through the hip on the left side. Start with that. So just waking up that hip. You might need a few of these. And then from there, lift up. If you don't want to lift up, you don't need to. You can stay back at that level where we were at. And then if you want to, come and balance. Coming down and up. Oh, hell yeah. Yep. And then change. Okay, so start by opening the hip first, because remember, we want joint space opening before we get into stretch. We'll get a much better result from that. When you've got closed joints, your muscles can't work as effectively. So open the joints. We'll get a better experience. Okay, you ready to lift up? If you don't want to lift up, you don't have to. Just stay with that easier option. Balance, find your balance. And it's all about that front leg and sliding into that back hip. Okay. Oh, yeah. And then bring it down. Whew. How does that feel? It's kind of nice, doesn't it? Right, put on a green spring. For those at home or doing this in your own machine, you want a light spring, your lightest spring, one light spring. We're going to do long stretch, hands onto the foot plate, draw your belly button in, forearms in contact with the bar, draw your belly button in, take your legs back, control your plank position, shoulders, push with the arms, and then you're coming away and then pulling in. Now keep doing that. Now those of you who are maybe taller, a little trick for you is to come forwards, okay, with this, and it will give you more runway, okay, if that helps. So play about with your knee position. If you're finding you're reaching the back of your carriage already, so you could be here, okay, and then you'll have more runway, okay. So play about with that, especially Neil, if you're in there, Rita, if you're watching this like me, you'll be forwards. There's a few of you that are, you know, mags, all that normal heights. So find that, finish up in the one you're at, and let's move on to knee stretch. So we're staying with the same position in terms of the core, but we're going to be up onto the bar. So this is knee stretch. Now, again, you need to get yourself comfortable. Now, I'm smaller, so those of you that are smaller, you'll need to be further forwards on the carriage. If you're taller, you'll be further back, so you might be a wee back here. So Neil and Co that are taller, you will find that you need to be further back. So my position is slightly different because I am 5'2". Shoulders back and down, tuck the tailbone under, then lift up. Then you're going back and forwards. Now you want to just be hovering those knees off. You do not want to be away up here. That is doing naffle. Okay? Now, if you want to have a wee breather just now, what you could do, for those of you a wee bit more advanced, so with every extension, you could then go down, up, in, out, down, up, in, out, down, up, in, out. 2 more. Last one. Well done. So that's an option. You don't have to do those kind of options, but they're there. Let's move into elephants. So lift up. Now again with this, you want to be in a position that's right for you. So the further back, you need to make sure you've got the flexibility for that. So your heels cannot lift up in this exercise. Tuck your tailbone under and sliding back, forwards. Now those that want to get into arabesque, feel free. We've not changed springs. We're not moving our pelvis about willy-nilly, right? You've not got all this movement of the pelvis. It's nice and controlled. Belly button's pulled in. Shoulders are back and down. And if you want to, for those who wish to, take it into the lift. I'm going to stay down. So if you're lifting, fine. Okay, but it's low. I want you to really focus on feeling this in your core. Change legs if you haven't already. Whew. Anybody got sweat dripping off their nose? Come on. And let's ease that down. Get yourself a quick drink, a breather, give your wrists a little release. Everybody doing okay? Yep. Come on, we're halfway through class, so well done. You're survived halfway, so that's always a good thing, isn't it? Right, let's come off the sides. I'm not privileged with a lot of space in my home studio, but actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a mat. If you're like me, you've got wee bony knees, you need a mat. However, you've got your wee black sticky mats there in the studio. I don't have one of them here. That's annoying. Right. In terms of springs, let's add the yellow to that red, to the green. So what I want you to do, take the green off, so you've only got a red and a yellow one. So it's a red and a yellow. If it's too strong, just go to a yellow. So let's stand so that your right leg is off the end of the carriage. Okay, good. Side back. Just open the hip up again. Just do a few of them. And then what we're going to do from here is we're going to really energize and lift that leg up, okay? We're going to lunge, and watch this, lunge, and then we're going to lift. Lunge, lift, lunge, lift, lunge. Come on! Oh yeah! Woo-hoo! Get that extension and relax. We got to do the other side. Might need my reformer a little bit. Okay, go to the other side. How are we feeling? It's kind of nice, isn't it? I like it. Right, so I might not be able to do this fully here just because I'm a bit close to this wall, but we'll go with it. So start with opening the hip. Okay, remember, close joints, switch off muscles. So let's get them open. Okay, up, and then we lunge, lift, lunge, lift. So you're lifting as the carriage comes in. Whew. Come on, let's get that sweat up. Keep going, get into that butt. 2 more your end. Last one. And well done. Quite like that one. Yeah? What's your thoughts, feelings? Quite good. Right, leave on one red spring. Let's take the yellow off. Get a quick drink. Whew. That gets your sweat up, doesn't it? So hopefully you're feeling that at home or in the studio, wherever you are, if you're joining us. Right, let's turn. Not going to be here too long, but long enough. So on your hunkers, if you're more advanced, please only do this if you're advanced because you're going to topple in there if you're not. If your core is not switched on, you will topple over there. So please, for the love of all things safety, only do this. Be down there if you can't do that. And actually, it's such a good position to be in for your knees and your ankles because it stretches a lot of the tissues that are so chronically tight with most of the public. So actually sitting like this is a really good position. So sit back, shoulders back and down, draw. Whew. I love sitting like this because I sit at a desk just now, doing my master's at the minute, and I'm doing a lot of report writing. Actually, the other side of this room in here is my kind of setup office. And yeah, I love just being able to jump on here and do some filming with you guys in between studying. But this seated position for you, if you sit at a desk a lot, is really great for your lower back. And as I said, the front of your shins and your ankles. Not so great for your hips, but we've done a lot of work there for opening up your hips, so we've covered that. Okay, let's go into one arm up, one arm down. If you need to drop your spring down, do so, but just make sure you've got control. Remember, you're rotating to the side where you look down. Okay? Keep it control, get the basics right. And if you're up, great. Don't worry if you're not. Into your bicep curl. Good. Kinda. Raging. Let's do our TIY. So letter T, letter I, upside down Y. Do it again. Letter T, squeeze into the shoulder blades. Letter I, straight up, without leaning backwards, upside down Y. Come on, you've got to get these basics right. There's no point in doing advanced moves and you suck at the basics. Okay, if you've got all this stuff going on, then I was telling you, you're at it. Okay, you ain't doing the basics right. Control from the core. Are we feeling it yet? Right, stay with your Y, your upside down Y. Stay with it. And release that out, okay? Bring your hands forwards and let's just come into a cat and a cow pose. So getting off your shins a little bit. Release your feet, do whatever you need to do. You may have pins and needles in places, so just ease out what needs eased out. Take your right hand over to the left side and push your bum over to the left side. Okay, so you're really getting that stretch down through the lateral body, arm, lower back, even your sacrum will feel that. Go to the other side. Okay, so the side that your hands are, you're pushing your bum to the opposite side. Ooh, I'm a bit tighter this side. You noticing any differences, you guys? Just think to yourself, ooh, why would that side be tighter? I've got my reasons. What's yours? Right, leave the springs as they are. Put your legs through. Now you need to get really, really far up. It's not very comfy, this. I'm not going to lie. Right, if your legs are not uber skinny, then you'll not fit them fully through. You'll need to cross them over. You might even need to put them over the top of the shoulder rest. Just depends on your machine, depends on you. So, but just get your bum right up close to shoulder rest. I'd ideally like you to just hold on to your straps, okay? You're going to roll back. Now you are going to touch the spring. So see if you've got hair that is long like mine. See if you've got it out the road. Just be careful, right? So just don't get your hair stuck in the springs. But to be honest, we'll show you ways to avoid that anyway. We'll always get our head up first before we close the springs anyway. So inhale, exhale, roll yourself down. So it's like your mat work. You're extending. Avoid your spring, right? So I'm touching my spring here. I tuck my chin up first. Then I close my carriage, right? Then my carriage is moving. So I'm in no danger of trapping my hair in that spring, okay? So if you start closing your carriage and your hair gets stuck in there, that's why, okay? So get your head up first. Inhale, exhale, roll it down. Inhale, exhale, ease it up. And again. So just opening it up first. This time what we're going to do, inhale, exhale, roll and hold. Hold, and then all I want you to do is get into your letter T. I don't have as much space next to this wall, so my right arm here is a bit funky looking. But squeeze, draw your core in. Go up into your letter I. Keep it strong. Come up to your Y. Chest like that's quite sore. Bicep curls. Now, take both into your right hand. Pull and turn. Pull and turn, staying in that core. Change sides. Pull and turn. And again. Take it back. ease that off. How are we feeling? All good? So pick your hand weights up. Quick drink if you need it. Okay, so if you need a little drink, I want you to pick your hand weights up and lie down. So we're going to stay with a light spring. So stay with your red spring. And I want your toes on the bar. Right, so we're going to do a bit of a double trouble here. So left foot onto the bar, right foot out the road, okay? Extend, and I want you to just basically let the heel go under and let it go up. And as you do that, go into a bicep curl. So let it go under, let it go up. I want you to really focus on pushing off your big toe, right? So you're really working tibialis posterior here. So we've got a wee bicep curl going as well. Okay, so ease it up, ease it down. Ease it up, ease it down. Get that stretch, power it up. Stretch, power it up. Change legs. Okay, so this one up, here, and again. Power it up. Under, power it up. Under, power it up. Keep going. Excellent. So we've got to really control that spring. Actually, the lighter spring can sometimes be a wee bit more difficult. It's not all about the load. Bring the carriage in. What I want you to do, just get yourself ready. Chest press up for me. So just get into a little chest press. Put your heels on the bar, okay? Heels on the bar and into a chest press. I want you to just control it out and control it in. So it's a light spring and control it down, okay? So as you go out, push up and then control it down. Push up, get your core engaged, control it down. And again, out and control. So you're almost having to drag the carriage in with your feet. So you're having to push your feet down into the bar and drag the carriage back in. Does that make sense? Because your spring won't be that tight. It won't be pulling that much. Controlling. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. And again, breathing out. Breathing in again. Three more. Last one. And ease that down. Well done. So more about control there. A little bit of a chest press with that. Well done. So let's get your box. Put your box on to your machine. Put it on a long box position. Like so. If you have your little sticky mat, pop it on top. Right. Leave your spring as is. Should be one red. I want you to sit saddle back, like so. Now be careful you don't go flying off the back. Pick up your straps. Hands in the big straps. Sit tall, shoulders back and down, pull forwards. So we call this the offering. Controlling forwards, pelvic floor up, belly button down. And then go wide, hug a tree. Get that stretched through the arm. Yep. Exhale here, inhale here. Exhale here, inhale here, and then into that full true offering, pushing forwards. Bring it up, almost like you're about to dive into a pool. Bend and extend. At the elbows, keep it nice and controlled. Feel good. Now keep it here. Control it. Let it pull you back. Open it up. Bring it forwards. Bring it up. Control, 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 control. Circle it round. And again. And again. And release that down. Okay. Come over on into your swan position. So coming on your box. Chest off box, hands on bar, leave your springs as they are. Inhale. Exhale, rise up. Inhale. Exhale, rise up. Inhale. Exhale, rise up. Inhale. Squeezing into that bottom, pushing down into the bar. Rising up. And again. Just feeling that spine articulate off. Lifting up, pushing down, rising up. And then if you want to do it with one arm, put one hand behind your back. Really pushing down on the bar. Exhaling as you rise up, controlling your springs. Change arms. Exhale, rise. Inhale, come up. And just feeling that spine articulate, keeping that control through the buttocks. Put both arms down. See if you can get up higher. Can you get the pubic bone off? Opening that spine. Don't just load up your lower back. Articulate. Articulate it up. Push down. Rise. And again. Into the buttocks. And one more. Release that off. We're going to finish today with some shoulder evilness, just because I feel like it. Some shoulder evilness. So sit in your box, or you can stand up, but just make sure you're socially distancing from each other. I'll just sit here. It's probably easier for you to see me. If I stand up, I'll probably be out of camera shot. So, Arnold press. Elbows in line with shoulders. Open the arms. Push together. Control down. Don't take it too low though, because then you're coming out of that stability where your shoulder muscles can cheat, basically, right? So don't go too low, just below shoulder height here, right? Don't be away down here. That's doing nothing. Open, rise up, together, control down. Open, rise up. How much do we love these? Like a hole in the head. And again. It's amazing how a wee 2 kilo weight can feel so heavy. How are we all doing? Shaking yet? One more. Come on. Oh, yes. It's that kind of muscle endurance. Ooh, gets in there, doesn't it? So just do what you can with those kind of things. Right, let's release that out. The neck. Make sure you're feeling okay. Stretch through the shoulder. And well done, guys. Fantastic work today. Hope you enjoyed that little tone session. Take your PPE if you're in the studio. Wipe down your machines. And we'll maybe see you in another session really soon. Big well done. Fantastic work.